Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank you for all joining me and listening in on my first ever TED Talk. To get started, my name is Matt Gianetta, and today I'd like to touch on the idea of if data security and encryption were never invented in our societies. So, to start, I'd like everyone to humor me and just do a little exercise here where you're going to close your eyes and just imagine what I'm saying for me. I'd like you to think about your boss going through all your personal texts with your buddies or your girlfriend even, or your grandmother going through all of your private conversations. You can see your worst enemy in this world going through every minuscule detail about you. So all these prying eyes looking in to your medical records, your financial information, and just the deepest and darkest secrets about your life. Now, I personally believe that everybody has their own secrets and they keep secrets for personal reasons, and I think that they'd like to prefer that those stay secrets. So encryption and data security are our invisible shields and the protector of our digital lives. And without them, the foundation our world is built on, I think it would simply crumble apart and cease to exist. So today, I'd like to explore how encryption and data security have helped shape our modern world and what our society would look like without it. Encryption and data security have helped to enable a sense of trust in a digital world, and it helps to safeguard our personal freedoms and all of our societal structures that we have built upon. So to understand the gravity of encryption's absence, I'd like to take a look back at its origins. So the method of cryptography, dates back thousands of years, from things such as Caesar's simple cipher, and that basically involved either moving one space to the left or right in the alphabet or numbers, depending if you were coding or decoding a message. And we can jump all the way to machines like the Enigma machine in World War II, where it was such a complex algorithm that it was smart enough where it could change itself, I believe it was daily, and it was nearly impossible to crack, but it was eventually cracked. And then I'd like to jump into the early to mid-ish 1970s, and that's when modern encryption became what everyone knows it as today. It began with the invention of a method called the RSA, and this breakthrough, it goes hand in hand with the digital era that we are in today. Encryption, it's become the backbone of secure messaging, secure banking, and it even goes as deep as our own national security. And 999 times out of 1,000, our sensitive information will be protected by some level of encryption. And without it, data breaches would become something that are just an everyday occurrence that you don't even bat an eye at because it happens so frequently. So, for example, the Equifax data breach in 2017, it exposed roughly 147 million people's private information from banking to messages. And while data security, firewalls, and encryption, they couldn't prevent it, it did limit it to a much smaller of a fraction of a number than it could have been. And it was predicted that it could have been in the billions range. If you're interested, this information can be found in CNN Business, and they published it, I believe, in 2019. It's also fundamental to our e-commerce business because it enables safe and quick online transactions. And without it, there'd be little to zero trust in the digital markets. And I mean, can you blame people if they didn't want to do online transactions if your credit card numbers and your banking information were open for everyone to see? So according to Statista in 2023, e-commerce sales alone exceeded nearly $5 trillion. Companies like Amazon and PayPal process billions of dollars each year online, and it's thanks to these encryption protocols. And without it, we would have an economy that I believe would just cease to exist. Online transactions are getting more prominent from every day we move forward. And we are moving closer and closer to a fully virtualized world. Finally, it is also imperative for our national security. It protects classified information such as military communications, and even goes as far as undercover deep operations, which puts people's lives at risk. Chilling example I found while researching was in 2015, the OPM, Office of Personnel Management, was leaked, giving the information of roughly 21.5 million federal employees information just to the highest bidder, whoever wanted it. Now, thankfully, the threat actor or hacker was found due to the footprints that they left trying to breach the encryption, different various levels of encryption. Sorry. So if it did vanish today, what would be the first things we see happen? I think the first would be that wealthier individuals and groups would create their own kind of isolated islands, you could say, or systems to protect their assets and leave everyone else to figure it out on their own so that they can stay rich and they don't have to worry about their stuff disappearing. Next, people would just leave all digital platforms such as like Instagram, Snapchat, because their phone number and their email address would be public knowledge, be out for public display. And next, I think apps such as gambling apps, banking apps, betting apps, because you have your social security, you have your ID, your full name, and those are the last things you want anyone to see. So democracies may even weaken as well, thanks to people being able to manipulate one another or exploit them for their own good, because they know all their dirty secrets. The implications of a world without encryption would extend just beyond technology itself. It would touch every aspect of our lives. It helps us to trust our systems, our interactions, and even our personal freedoms, I think. And without it, privacy would vanish, and our progression as a society would abruptly halt. As individuals, it is our duty to advocate for strong data security and educate not only ourselves, but others around us about the importance of it and why we need it. Because it's not just a tool, it's our ticket to innovation. In a world without encryption, trusting becomes impossible. By understanding it and protecting it, we ensure a better future where privacy is a basic right for all. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed my first talk, and do we have any questions today?